Hey lovelies. Today's video is not necessarily a tutorial. I'm just going to be showing you how I've been doing my husband's dreads. His hair is super thick and I've been experimenting and practicing on his head. So this is going to be the second time that I've used this ORS lock and twist gel on his hair. It has its pros and its cons, so I'm going to be talking about that. So I'm just separating my first section of locks right here. Sometimes I have to really pull because the sections get intertwined together somehow. And to be honest, the back and the perimeter of his hair, like the first row at least, they have a hard time locking. So they pretty much come untwisted. As you can see, like the top is pretty much locked at the ends, but sometimes the back and the perimeter on the sides, they do come loose. So if you have any suggestions for that, but I think the longer that it gets, the better it'll lock. Because right now, obviously, that's the shortest part of his hair. Alright, so now I'm going to start twisting. Like I said, the back pretty much is a loose, so I have to start from scratch, and I just take it from the base, make sure the base is really tight, and I like to clip it at the base so it doesn't come loose. And I use a combination of finger rolling and palm rolling because obviously his hair is pretty short. And then I'm using this tool that I got off Amazon, and I'll show you more about that in a bit. So I'm really twisting it at the base, and then I just twist it all the way down. Once I get to the end, the hair is kind of loose, so I'm just using this interlocking tool. You're basically weaving the hair from one side to the other, thus tightening up the dreadlock at the end. Because I palm roll and I can get it pretty tight, from the roots and the new growth, but then the part that's locked kind of, if I don't interlock it, it kind of gets puffy and it swells. So I got these off of Amazon. I mainly only use the 3-hook one, but it comes with a 2 and a 1, and they're 0.5 millimeters. I just found out that the other 2 tools are crochet needles. I haven't used them yet, and I'll link them in my Amazon store just in case you want to buy them. Be careful with them though, because I have poked myself plenty of times. So as far as the product goes, it is the ORS lock and twisting gel. It's definitely a gel, but it does almost have a slight cream consistency, and I think that is the reason why it doesn't leave a whole lot of flakes, because I was using I won't even say what I was using before this, but okay, yes I will. It was the Eco Styler gel, the green one. Don't laugh at me, but it left a bunch of flakes. A ton of flakes. This flaking is very minimal. I can saturate the hair, that way we can get a good nice hold. I like to really pack it in, especially at the root. This product definitely does give you a nice hold. So those are some of the pros about the ORS lock and twisting gel. I'll get to some of the cons later. So here I'm still going in between finger rolling and then palm rolling. Alright, and then like I said, I use the interlocking tool mostly towards the end, and I cannot say that I'm using this the correct way, but this has been my method. This is how I've been doing it. Feel free to leave advice below. I'm still learning and we can learn from each other, so yeah. So I placed the clip at the root, but then I also placed it like midway down because that's when like the part that I palm rolled meets with the part that I crochet, and I don't want it to unravel before it sets, so that's why I placed the clip midway. Alright, so I'm about halfway through now, and his hair is so thick, and it seems like no matter how many I do, I still have like a ton more to do. Every time I part a new section, I'm like, ugh, there's more. But yeah, and part of the reason too is because I kind of go over it like OD. I like twist it, finger roll it, palm roll it, interlock it, and then I go over it a couple times just because if I don't, it'll just get loose. So I just want to make sure that this retwist can last as long as possible, and maybe that is dependent on my skill level. As I keep practicing, maybe I won't have to spend so much time on one, but that's where I'm at right now. Okay, since we're midway through, I figure I can go ahead and tell you the negatives about the ORS twist and locking gel. The main thing for me is that it just feels super dry. Like once everything sets, it kind of has like what do you call it, like a slight cast over it, kind of how like most gels do. I'm not really mad at it because like I said, the flaking is none to minimal, but it just gets really rough on my hands, and the hair is really dry to the touch. You may not really notice it by just looking at it, like it doesn't look bad, but once you add an oil and it kind of like softens up and just gets like a more moisturized look, you're like, oh, okay. Since this, I've actually switched products. I went back to a brand that I used when I first started twisting his hair, when he had the twist fade. I just liked how neat it made it look, and it was very moisturized. It looks very moisturized, has a nice shine to it, and it had a nice feel to it. I stopped using it because when his hair was this short, it just really wasn't locking, and I thought it was due to the product being like too slippery, too like greasy or moisturizing. And now I don't think it was from that. I think it's just because he washed his hair too soon. Someone recommended that we wait at least 2 to 3 months before we wash the hair. So we did that, and now it looks like it's locking. So yay. I'm not going to mention the product in this video because I want to make a whole separate video for that. So yeah, because this video is already pretty long. Alright, so I think you guys pretty much get the point. I'm not going to make you sit through me doing the whole head. At this point, I am done. I'm just going to oil his scalp with my oil. This is really good if you get dry scalp. You will not have any itching with this, and it just adds a very fresh smell. Very moisturizing to the scalp, and it does stimulate growth. So this is before, and this is the final look after. Let me know what you think. How do you like it? Thank you guys so much for watching. If you found this video helpful at all, feel free to send a super thanks. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and see you next time. Bye.